This is the manual. Probably the screwdriver it comes with. There it is.
And what's that? That's important. That's the mount.
That is the mount indeed.
For the
heatsink.
The heatsink, yes.
But I want to. So how do you get the CPU out?
Whatever you do, don't read the manual.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I won't read that. Oh, that's how it works, right?
So this heatsink, I know, has
Figured it out.
gigantic bolts. Which way up?
I didn't figure it out.
Oh, I see. So which way round does this guy go?
It's the same.
I
no,
might-
it's not.
Well, it goes that way around, doesn't it?
It must do.
I have a black screen.
Why is right?
Well, can you back up a bit?
Get your camera out actually.
So does this go over? This must go over the processor.
How does this work?
Can't get it out of the pack. Look, there's a thing here.
No, that's just how you open it. You see, it starts like that. It says push that way.
Okay, and then it must lift somehow.
Yeah, that bit lifts out. I don't want to break it though.
No, I know.
It's really nice packaging.
It's really complicated packaging.
Do you know how to work my camera?
No.
I'm just going to rip
Do
the
you
box
think
off
you
here.
can-
Oh, I see.
Alright, okay.
It's like a briefcase or something.
Alright, okay, that makes sense. Just pull on the tabs or something. That or what the thread? Why isn't these to fucking...
Stop swearing.
They need to
I've
have...
not got any swear words in here.
Nobody give
They
a
need to have
shit.
instruction manuals of how to open the box. This is a puzzle. Oh wait, the bottom is open.
Oh, is it? Oh.
That's a lot more simple.
Well, as long as we can open the box.
Wait, I think I might be able to get... Oh yeah. Figured it out.
Why did they put it in such complicated packaging?
I don't know.
Wow.
Okay, so the way this works is you
The camera can't see what you're
pop
doing.
that out.
at the moment.
This casing. Okay. Now you don't take it out of this.
Good.
This
Would
is
you like to stand here and do that?
Right, you need to clip yourself, most definitely.
Yes.
Hey Clippy.
Right,
Where's the screwdriver gone?
which one do you want?
The screwdriver.
Okay, so explain what you're doing.
Okay.
Show them the screwdriver, processor.
Next we're putting in the CPU. Now it's important not to touch the gold pins like I just did a second ago, because it's got, well not pins, but contacts. This is the CPU right here. Now, I'm going to lay that there. When you open the case, there's numbers, okay? And you have to open it with 3, 2, 1. That's how you open it. So, if you just do this, you want to keep turning, like that. 2, and 1.
Have you seen this done before?
Yes. Oh. Okay, now I want to go back to 3, and you want to keep turning it until you hear a click. That's it coming out of its thread.
Was that a click?
Nope. You'll know it.
I think it came out.
It must have done. Okay. 2.
Was that a click? No. Was that a click? No.
Okay. And once you have it all unscrewed, then the top bit should just go pop.
So does this orange
Like that.
plastic go in it as
Okay.
well?
Yes. So it should all just pop like that. You take the caution. Oh no, sorry. You pull on these tabs, or you give them a push.
Can the camera even see what you're doing?
These blue tabs here. Give a bit of a push, give a bit of a pull. And you got to give a bit of force, only a bit.
Can you pick the camera up and film what he's doing?
Like that. Okay. Now that should just lift. Now you take this out of its casing.
Oh, I see.
Slide the thread ripper into its casing. Now you want to make sure.
Really carefully.
You want to make sure you do it properly. Okay. It's got to go in
And does this thing have
and
automatic
all the way down. Okay. So you see
thermal paste?
the heatsink does. Okay. Now there's 2 tabs here on the sides. This is the scary bit. as you pull this off, you want to make sure you pull it straight up, okay? Give it a bit of force.
There's
Revealing.
loads of pins there, and they're all going to
Always.
make contact with.
Okay, now this is the part where things could go terribly wrong. Okay, you want to make sure it's all the way down.
Any sign of resistance, come back up.
Uh-huh.
All
As you
feel
go
good?
down, clicks in. Boom. Just like that.
Sure that's clicked down?
Yeah.
I don't think that's clicked down.
I think it is. And then you just push down here. Get the screwdriver and you close it, starting with the 1. Turn it out a bit so you hear the click. Give it a bit of a turn. 2, turn it out. So it pops. Then you turn back in. And then 3. Now I've got that secured in. You're supposed to do it 1, 2, 3, and I did do that, but then you've got to just keep tightening it up until it's fully tight.
Can I just recap, because it was with your hands in the way, it was
Yeah.
really, really difficult.
Yeah.
So normally a processor is square. This is an unusual shape, and you have a gate that lifts, and as Ben was saying, there's like a gazillion gold contacts on the underside
Pins.
of the central processing unit, and an equal number of them on the motherboard. And if you even get it slightly out, it's game over.
It's mounted properly.
I think it's mounted properly.
Let's hope it is.
No, I think it is. Now, the other thing is, a lot of people use something called thermal paste, which is a paste that you put on the top of the processor. So when we put the cooling unit on top of it, which I'm going to get out in a minute, and just to have a look at to see how we're doing for size, because I still have a fear this case is a little bit small.
It's not.
This processor doesn't have any thermal paste on it already, but the cooler does. The last PC we bought, the processor itself had it.
Yeah.
Now, you're just looking at how to mount that, aren't you?
No,
This
it's how you mount it.
this is
I'm just going to put it
the...
on for now.
Yeah, you can... No, you've missed the holes.
Yes, I know. Oh,
This
it's wrong.
is something new to us. This is a mount for the heatsink unit, which I'm just going to get out in the next lecture. There's lots of different types of heatsink coolers. This one is the biggest one I've ever seen in my life. I was quite shocked when it arrived.
Trust me, there's bigger.
Is there?
Yes. This is quite an average size for a Threadripper's heatsink.
Well, maybe for the Threadripper, but...
Threadripper's a beast. Okay,
I don't really see how the bolts go into that, because there are really long bolts that we have to fit.
Oh, it's really easy.
Yeah, but I mean, where do the threads go in on that?
Once you have it lined up, you just screw it in.
Yeah, but where do the bolts go?
We'll get to that.
Right. Let me get the... I'm going to put this a little bit further back. We can move the glass.
Yeah.
Put that somewhere safe. And we've taken
Smash.
the back panel off as well. So pretty much all the sides of the case should come off. And put that somewhere safe. I'm going to move the
Also smash.
PC back. And we're going to get the Threadripper out. The heatsink for the Threadripper.
OCD.
Now this, I took this out the other day, and it's a lot bigger than I thought. If you can take that, and then if you can hold the box, so hold that asset. Okay, here we go. This has paste underneath.
It's kind of wrecked.
It's not wrecked, that's fine, because it's going to melt as soon as it gets hot.
Ooh, don't put it back there.
Well, I may just lay it on its side for the time being.
Then let's figure out how to get the cables out. I think we just undo it, and then it will slide through.
I think they're tied on this side, they are.
Tied on the side.
I think it's going to fit in that
Very
space
simple.
actually.
Of course it'll fit. And then you just slide them through. Like so.
Don't damage them.
I'm gonna damage them, I swear. Like, you're worried about everything's gonna damage everything. You need to realise some things these days
Right.
are a bit more resilient.
So,
We're not gonna put that on. Not now.
no, we're going to do the fans next, I think.
No.
Why not? They're the most difficult thing. Graphics card is easy.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
And the SSD. So I reckon fans, then SSD. Have to peel off the motherboard before we
Oh yeah, that's
finish.
important. You gotta
It is
do,
important.
Here's an
you gotta do the peel, yo.
You know your way around my camera. You put it where you want. I'm gonna go back to animating.
Professional
Let me know
peel.
when you're done.
Is that already pre-peeled? No.
No, I don't think so.
I think we've got to peel that. I think it's already peeled.
Is
I
it?
don't see any plastic over it.
Okay. Right.
Wait, no, there's plastic here.
No, leave that.
Nope, that'll melt off and melt into the reinforced PCIe lane.
Can we leave it for a minute? It's not really important, is
Yes,
it?
it is. It's very important. You see, if you don't do the peel, ladies and gentlemen, you don't get satisfaction in your PC. You're not satisfied.
Did you do vertical?
Hmm?
Just looking at the case.
Man, I wish my
only.
nails were longer. And then just...
Whoa, that's going to get scratched being there like that.
There we go. That was an awful peel.
Okay, that said something. That was something important, wasn't it? What did it say?
X399 SLI Plus.
So it should have stayed on there. It's basically telling you what type of motherboard it is. It's not
But
something...
I'm not gonna forget.
Right. Can you move the camera back?
Yeah, it's just...
Put this in the most convenient place, really. And I think there is probably a really good place for it to go. Or possibly... Can we go lower? No, I think it's got to go there. No. The lower the better. Okay, so we've got the back panel off. Yes, that's definitely where the SSD is now on bed, and perhaps you could turn it round.
Okay.
Then you can see that this SSD, I'll take it out for a minute, has screw holes. My statics.
You might want to just like get it in front of the PC case. There's a lot of back.
Yeah. So this is the solid state 1 terabyte, and it has these 4 mounting screw holes, and then this is where it's going to connect to the power supply and then to the motherboard. So later on we're going to be doing cable management, where all the cables are going to come through here, and we'll tidy them all up in the back so they're not on display. So I've got 3 mounts for this. 1 here, 1 here, and there's 1 higher up. I don't want it really close to the top, otherwise it's awkward to get to those bits, although we could have it that way up. I don't really want it in the middle. I'm thinking we put it on the lowest one. What do you think?
It's more obvious to thingy bubble.
Or do you want it upside down like that?
I think this way would look better, like just mount it here or
Well,
something.
I've got to find the holes. It's got to line up with...
It's got to line up with these. Oh, you want it that way round? I kind of wanted it on this side.
No, you have it on this side.
No.
Yes. So, we need some screws.
Indeed. I've got some of them.
And I think it might just be us kind of suck it and see, and if we don't like it there we can move it further down or further up.
Yeah,
or
unless
even
we
turn
use
it
these
upside
kind of
down.
screws.
I think it will be the really little ones again.
Nah, we'll use the big ones.
No, please use the little ones.
You guys don't know
It's a
about
very, very light component, this. It doesn't weigh a ton. Oh, this is not easy.
Oh, you wanted more than 2, didn't you?
Yeah.
4.
Ben, I can't get this in.
That's because you've got to use this thing called a screwdriver. Yeah, I can't hold it for you. Go like this.
Boop.
And then, first of all, you're going to hold it higher. Slide it.
Okay.
Nope. Nice and tight.
Well, not too tight. Get the others in first. And yeah, that's looking good. That's looking nice and neat and tidy. And I'm just seriously concerned about the depth of this heatsink. And I'm also concerned there's nothing for it to screw into.
That's kind of strange. This screw doesn't want to go in. Is it a different screw I'm using? Is that different?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. So there's 3 different types of screws.
Yes.
So it's just 2. There's a 3rd type as well, isn't there? Life hits you with loads of surprises all the time, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what the next surprise will be.
It doesn't have to be rock tight, so as light as a feather. Yeah, I'm really, really concerned that I'm seeing threads on these bolts, but I don't see threads where it goes into the mount. All I'm seeing is screws, and that's never going to work.
I'm sure there'll be a manual.
And I'll tell you something else.
Where's the 4th screw?
Ben, I'm going to tell you something else.
It's made for a threadripper mount.
That gate is in the wrong place.
Okay.
The mount, because the thermal paste has got to be touching the roof of the CPU.
It'll be fine, trust me.
And it won't touch it with you having it like that. So that thing's got to come back off. I don't even know what that thing is.
No, it's clearly there for a Oh!
What?
I think it's there for liquid coolers.
Right.
I think that's what it's there for.
It came with the chip, not with the heatsink.
Yeah, maybe it's for a liquid cooler.
So it's obviously an option of some sort. Have you got that on now?
Yeah.
Oh, right, great. Okay, so the SSD is now mounted. Ooh, that came with the heatsink. No. It's quite easy to get in a muddle.
It's a USB connector.
If you're not careful. So now we've got the motherboard, power supply, and our disk drive, not disk, solid state. This has to come off, Ben, because I'm convinced that this came with the processor. Because the theory is that this massive machine here, let's hold this up to the camera for a minute. This white here is pre-applied thermal paste. This must be touching the top of the processor that says Ryzen on it. And it's not going to be able to do that with that on, and I think you're right, I think that might be for some sort of water cool option that just comes with the chip. So if you can take that weird looking gate out.
Yeah. It's only finger tight.
That would be great. Are you sure?
Yeah. I made it that way.
Cool. Right, so if my theory is correct, the configuration of this, can you move the camera please, should be the same as these. Yeah, they are. Now these are very long bolts, by the looks of it, 6-inch bolts that go right through this thing. So this goes on with the narrower to, oh that's good, so the name is the right way up. And then this will need to connect to the motherboard with this, I think. I have to check that sometimes, just got to test it and see. But I reckon we put the fans in next because we've got a nice tempered glass front, so we've bought 3 RGB fans. So I say we get them fitted and maybe power them up, just check they're working. Feeling stressed yet?